Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel Sherrill. Here today we are embarking on improving your musicianship. If you are a beginner, this will challenge you. If you are an intermediate, this will give you more skills potentially. And if you're an expert, you probably already know this or have arranged a version of this song of your own. This tune, of course, is called Imagine, and that little, the little title of this video, Imagine a tune that will push you past the beginner plateau. This is it, both tongue-in-cheek and also hopefully true, because pushing that past that beginner's plateau is a very real thing. I can't remember exactly when, for me, I kind of pushed past that, but it's kind of a constant thing. There's always plateaus in playing. There's always things to master because the guitar is such a versatile instrument. There are so many different styles you can play on it, so many different purposes with the guitar, from songwriting and accompaniment of melody and lyrics to straight up lead guitar and, shredding metal versus jazz chord melody. There's just so many things to think about and master on the guitar that the plateaus are endless, which is an amazing thing about the guitar, that this journey will never, ever stop. So the tune I'm doing today is, of course, Imagine by John Lennon, and we will be taking the piano part, which is, of course, 10 fingers, and moving it to a pick, like this, and to these 2 fingers. So hybrid picking the famous tune Imagine. And what this tune is going to do, especially to beginners and intermediate, kind of beginner intermediate guitar players, is force you to think about rhythm, force you to think about timing, force you to think about emphasis. And altogether, that to me is musicianship. So before I get any further into this, here is the arrangement. So that is what I have prepared for this YouTube session. And what I want to focus on with this is kind of 2 things. One is rhythmic accuracy with my rhythm hand. If you notice in the beginning here, I'm not going boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, which is very consistent in a lot of guitar playing. Neither good nor bad, just a choice. And what I'm doing here is the 1 is, the downbeat is this pluck. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, because that's what he does on the piano. Okay, I do have a tablature that I've written out for this whole thing. There's a tab available for this whole thing. If you're interested, follow the links in the description below. You can have access to all the tabs that I've created, and I ask that you make a modest donation in these times of epic inflation and the affordable housing crisis. But imagine a world where there's no housing crisis and inflation. That would be a phenomenal experience to have. At any rate, I'm not going to complain about that too much. But So there is a tablature that you can peruse at your own leisure that has all the little intricacies of the part that I just played, and also what I'm going to go through and kind of breeze through here as I go through each of these sections. So I divide this song into the verse, kind of the pre-chorus, and then if you want to call it a chorus, a chorus. So let's take it apart piece by piece. So I'm hybrid picking this. The first shape is a C major shape, but I'm not forming it like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, anything, or like this, or however I'm going to form it. I'm going to use my first and second finger on the C note, first finger on the E note, and then these two fingers are going to live on the third and fourth strings to pluck those, the G and the E note, and then my pick is going to play my bass note. And why I'm not forming the rest of this C chord, imagine this is what I played if I played it with the full C, including this C note. That just doesn't sound right. So it's a C major 7 chord. B natural, C, E, G, B natural, that's the 7. C7, then F. And here this A, B flat, B. I'm plucking on the downbeat. Again, this is my arrangement. He doesn't do that on the piano, but this is my arrangement. And on my right hand, I'm plucking one finger. It's slow enough that I can do it all with one hand. Or one finger, sorry. Here my F chord, my second finger stays there, my third finger goes 3rd fret 4th string, and my first finger goes down towards the earth 1 string on that A note. F over C. Ba-da-da, A, B flat, B natural, da-da-dun-da. Back to that. 1, 2, 3, ba-da-dum-bum. When I'm teaching this, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, da 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 da, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and so forth. And that goes as the intro, and it also goes throughout the verse. I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to get a copyright strike on the melody and lyrics for this tune. So that's the verse, pretty much. Then he goes, da, 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 da. So F over C, and I'm forming it, just kind of like simplifying, because a lot of people think the guitar is like 6 strings, and when I play a chord, I have to play all 6 strings. But that can't be further from the truth. It is very important that you do not play all 6 strings, that you treat each string as its own intentional voice. Here I have the 5th, the 3rd, and the root of the chord, and I'm going to only play the 3rd, 5th, and the root. Like that, okay? So the transition into that pre-chorus comes from here. Oops. Here. And then 1, 2, no riff, 3, 4, then F, then A minor over E. Here I'm hybrid picking the 2nd and 3rd string, and my bass note, arguably, is on the 4th string with my pick. And then a D, no 3rd on this D, but because we've heard F natural so much, we kind of hear that as a minor chord, even though I'm not playing a 3rd. So F over C, A minor over E, D, 5 essentially, then F over C with no root. But we hear that F so much that we're kind of gathering it here. And then a G. Then a G suspended, adding that C natural. Bum, 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 bum. And then here is where my arrangement comes in. I pinch my 6th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string on this D note, this 5th scale degree of that chord, on that downbeat. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, That's the pre-chorus. The transition out of the pre-chorus into the last part of the chorus, if you will. Bum, bum, boop, ba, ba, bum. Then an F over C chord, and here I kind of double time my bass notes. Not necessarily starting on the roots of these chords, but starting on strong chord tones, either the fifth or the root. Again, this is all in a tablature that is available. Follow the links in the description below. There's F over C. I'm starting 5, 4, 5, 4. Then on my G chord, which is next, it's 6, 4, 6, 4. Then my C chord is 5, 4, 5, 4. 5, 4, 5, 4. And then 6, 4, 6, 4. And then I repeat that. That's just my pick movement. Now adding the rest of the chord. So now the notes are on the beat, okay? And why I call this kind of a beginner's plus, or breaking through that the beginner plateau, is this chord right here. The E7 over G sharp, or the dominant 7 over its third on the 6th string. Right? So I can play this chord somewhere else. I can play it here with my the leading tone, or the third scale degree, in as my bass note. But this chord will definitely challenge the beginner and potentially the intermediate player to form a new pattern. So the pattern that's happening here is 3rd finger, 4th fret, 6th string, a G sharp note, 1st finger, 4th fret, 1st finger, 4th string, 2nd fret, E note, pinky, B note, 3rd string, 4th fret, and then 3rd fret, 2nd string, my 2nd finger on this D note. Right? This shape, especially at speed, like you have to just get that in your muscle memory, and that will up your musicianship. It'll up your fluidity and fluency in your left hand, and it's interchangeable. So you have an F dominant 7 chord, move that up to A. If I have a G dominant 7 chord, move that up to B. If I have an A major dominant 7 chord, move that up to C sharp. These are very, very useful when arranging and thinking about tunes in general. Okay. So let me take this chorus bit again. So F over C, G, C, E minor over B, E major, E7 over G sharp, F C, da, 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 C, F, G, C, C, E, dominant, F. Now here I slide this shape up to 3rd position, just because I think it's interesting to grab a different shape and a different tonality instead of going. This feels better to me right now. And a nice little riff, a nice little hyper picking thing at the end here, which sounds like this. So I'm pinching 5, 3, and 2 on a regular old C chord. Even though I'm not playing this note, I'm still forming it. 1 and 2. Da, da, da. Okay. So that's basically all the parts. What's cool about this arrangement, I think, is it's taking direct from the piano. Piano and guitar are like really, really close cousins, but the piano is something that in my opinion has voicings that the guitar can try to approximate, but generally there's just this kind of softness to chord arrangements on the piano that is hard to move to the guitar. and vice versa. Things on the guitar that are hard to move to the piano. But I will say that I hope that these techniques and these ideas, along with what Lennon played, obviously, kind of approximates it enough that people can take this arrangement and make this song their own. Because after all, this is in the people's key. This is not a rocket science of a song. It's not easy by any means. There's some beautiful theory in here, especially this E major chord and its function within the tune. But generally, it's a pretty simple song. If you know a handful of these chords, you can get through it and sing it to your children and to your grandchildren or to your friends. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. There is a tablature, and I hope this ups your game, because the plateau of guitaring is a very real thing. I hope that these skills can take you to great heights. All right, I will see you next time.